horse racing in Happy Valley, in the middle of Hong Kong Island. Twice a week, horses and jockeys give their all here. It's Wednesday evening. Betting on horse races is extremely popular in Hong Kong. Its public reception tremendous, turnover and profit prodigious. This young lady would like to try her luck this time. Her stake is 500 Hong Kong dollars, worth about 50 euros. The Jockey Club's turnover in the 2014-15 season, about 11 billion euros, and about 2 million people visited the racetracks in Sha Tin and Happy Valley. Record figures. We are the biggest taxpayer. It's 8% of Hong Kong tax receipts, which converts to about 2.2 billion euros. And we're one of the leading community charity organizations in the world. Last year, our annual charity contribution worked out to 420 million euros. The Kitchi Center Jockey Club in Sha Tin is one such charity project, a training center for young footballers that sets the standard in Hong Kong. In the long run, football talents are to be spotted early and developed. The Jockey Club has contributed about 6 million euros here. While the performance goal is in the foreground, so is a social approach.
We want to develop football for Hong Kong. I don't know whether that is social, but we don't charge tuition for our program. So it's free, but we could look for a talented player.
Only a few more minutes till it begins. Then they're off. Soon, the race is run, and some punters are a bit richer, while others have become a little poorer. She has scored nicely, as she bet on a place as well as a win. She has her stake again, and a little extra besides. At any rate, enough to celebrate her betting success with a cocktail in the bar of the Hong Kong Jockey Club. One thing's for sure, the total receipts from this race have, in any case, won the Jockey Club many social projects. Torsten Gärtner on the way to work. He had no time for horse racing. He's the project manager for a German manufacturer of tunnel boring machines, and thus one of those helping to develop new traffic routes in Hong Kong. His construction site lies in Tuen Mun, not far from Kowloon, a vast construction project. 2 sections of tunnel, 5 kilometers long, will be excavated from this junction under the sea to the site of the Hong Kong airport.
By getting better integrated with the Pearl River Delta region, Hong Kong can have a much larger economic hinterland and also social, cultural exchanges between people in Hong Kong, and the rest of the Pearl River Delta region is also becoming much more intensive.
The sections of tunnel will soon receive countless cars and trucks and contribute to the linking of the big cities around the Pearl River Delta. The technique deployed, cutting-edge technology. We constructed these machines within 3.5 months and went underground. This machine is the biggest machine ever built in the world. The machine has a diameter of 17.6 meters and is 110 meters long. Bridge building in the Pearl River Delta. Lined up as if on a string, countless concrete piles rise up out of the open sea. Support columns for a motorway which will link the economic region to the delta. In a few years' time, the longest bridge in the world, of 50 kilometers, is to be completed. It will then connect Hong Kong's international airport on the island of Lantau with Zhuhai and the former Portuguese colony of Macau. It's about mobility, and especially about significantly shorter ways to get around the delta. Hong Kong, Pok Fu Lam. Thomas Stiegler keeps himself fit with daily jogging. Right behind his flat, the track leads through the greenery up to Victoria Peak. A regular exercise for the German PhD candidate to clear his head once more. The writing desk has not been tidied up. Thomas Stiegler's shoes are neatly arranged next to it. The 28-year-old is running late. His flat in the Pok Fu Lam area is in Robert Black College, in the guest house of the University of Hong Kong. For 3 years, it is Thomas Stiegler's academic home ground. We are now on the Centennial Campus, a wonderful freshly built new campus. However, one can still see some of the old facets of the University of Hong Kong, as it was when built in 1912. The oldest uni in all of Hong Kong. We have 10 faculties, which is about 21,000 students in total. In modern multimedia centers, students from various academic disciplines study and research together. The exposure to other cultures and perspectives, which is so important to Thomas Stiegler. Here he works in the area of relations between China and the European Union. He speaks Chinese, he knows the local culture, he can move around in Europe as well as in Asia. Both are high-growth markets. The relations between Europe and Asia are constantly becoming closer and tighter, which means opportunities for people like Mr. Stiegler, who can utilize his unique expertise. And this is, I believe, one of the greatest gifts that he receives from Hong Kong. Thomas Stiegler's workload is enormous, and yet, between all the courses, he still finds a little time to play the piano. Playing the piano means collecting one's thoughts again after an often hectic, often exciting day here in Hong Kong, and somehow to sort oneself out again. This is a conventional metronome, as required by musicians. And this is Florian Simmendinger. The business administration graduate came to Hong Kong from Berlin with great plans. In the morning, he quickly buys an iced green tea at the Police Married Quarters Cafe. Then he goes a few floors up to his creative workshop. Here, the young entrepreneur's colleagues have long been sketching and filing away at their product idea, which they are determined to make a marketing success. A product in which they believe, and with which they want to stir up the musical industry in the foreseeable future. Florian and his colleagues have ingeniously developed a wearable digital metronome. A long journey. And that's why, for the first 5 months, we really only talked to musicians and tested and built about 6 or 7 different prototypes, making each better than the last. The digital metronome is being road tested. In a sound studio in Kowloon, 3 band musicians put the pulsating armband through its paces before it goes on the market. The first reaction? Very promising.
Guitar and I play the drum. So one of the hardest things that you play in a band is to synchronize the same beat. And by wearing that device and you're free from counting, you basically rely on that and everybody synchronize their music together. It's a very, very insightful innovation.
And this is how music, new ideas, and the dynamics of the metropolis of Hong Kong bring people from all cultures together. Asia meets Europe, a hub that promises to be just as exciting in the future.